Good afternoon, Your Honor, and thank you for your time. My name is Mike Ostrander, and I'm the investigator at Edneyville Fire Department that investigated the fire at 614 May Street. I currently hold a fire investigator technician certification, and I would like to discuss and justify why the submitted evidence should be admitted and shown to the jury rather than being suppressed. The fire that occurred at 614 May Street was dispatched at 1:17 p.m. as a first alarm assignment. This level of assignment initially sends only 2 fire engines, 1 ladder truck, 1 rescue truck, and a battalion chief as command. This level of assignment does not automatically dispatch a fire investigator unit until units arrive on scene and the fire is confirmed. Units arrived on scene and reported seeing dense black smoke from the eaves and roof vents of the house. Crews made an initial entry into the structure and quickly discovered a fire in the living room area around a television. Crews began search and rescue operations, but were given other tasks when the homeowners arrived and reported all members were accounted for. At this time, it was evident to the homeowners that the fire department was on scene and had entered the structure due to exigent circumstances. This was when command requested a fire investigation unit to also respond to the scene, after initial size up and life safety had been addressed. Some point after the homeowners' interaction with command, the homeowners left the scene. Normal fireground operations would have called for units to remain on scene until it could be turned over to the fire investigator. However, due to abnormal events of a second fire only 3 blocks away with children trapped, this protocol was deviated from. Due to the life safety factor involved, close proximity to the incident, and myself already being close to arriving on scene, the crews left 614 May Street unsecured to respond to 901 May Street. The fire incident report includes unit run times showing the units left the scene at 14:32 hours and I arrived on scene at 14:47 hours. This time period is well within what had been historically considered to be reasonable as defined in Michigan v. Tyler. When I arrived on scene, the family was not on location, but command had advised they had made contact with them in person during the incident. I proceeded to conduct an origin and cause investigation as is required for every fire incident. I conducted my investigation in a manner consistent with my other origin and cause investigations, which includes a safety check of the area, an exterior observations, and then moving into the structure. There had been no attempts by the homeowners to secure the property at the time of my investigation. Inside the structure, it is taught to work from the least damaged areas to the heaviest damage. This allows identification of burn patterns and fire development. This process leads the investigator to the area of origin. It was during this step that I noted a lack of personal items, furniture that appeared to be staged, and a TV that was broken. This alone does not prove an intentional fire, but they are items that investigators are taught and reinforced through NFPA 921 to be mindful of. The furniture was noted, and my investigation continued to determine the origin and cause. As I reached the area of the television, I noticed a melted device in what was determined to be a possible area of origin. This item was documented and collected to allow further testing and prevent spoilation. While collecting the device, an odor of gasoline was detectable, and a possible pour pattern was noted in the same area leading towards the kitchen. To determine actual liquid properties and before evaporation compromised samples, a sample of the pour pattern was collected. As you can see in this graph, gasoline can evaporate at an alarming rate, and stronger samples reduce the possibility of erroneous test results. After this sample was taken and it was determined the cause was likely intentional, the authorities were notified of the intent to pursue criminal charges, and no further evidence was retrieved. It was while I was completing my documentation that the homeowners returned to the scene with an attorney, advising they were going to suppress all obtained evidence due to chain of custody in violation of 4th and 14th Amendment rights of the homeowners. Chain of custody began at the time of collection, and documentation validates the chain of custody. In response to the scene being unsecured, the time frame was extremely limited before the arrival of investigators, and the reasoning was understandable due to the life safety emergency nearby. The entry by the fire investigator is within a reasonable amount of time to determine cause under exigent circumstances that allowed the fire department entry. All evidence noted and obtained were in plain view during the origin and cause investigation. Upon determining criminal action, the search was ceased and authorities informed. For these reasons, the evidence should not be suppressed from the jury. As defined in Davis v. United States, the exclusionary rule is in place to deter flagrant police misconduct, not searches performed in good faith. Thank you.